when they voice their opinion to adult, they should be able to be heard, not put on the back burner or made to feel as if they're a liar, because that's what she basically made my son feels like, he was a liar. And that's not fair. Shouldn't no child feel that way at all, white, black, or anything, especially when we send them to school for an education. At this point, it's kind of like I'm real hesitant about the education that you're teaching him, because it seems like you're not teaching him education at all. I'm just baffled, to be honest, that a school can allow this to go on, as far as teaching them that this is okay, not addressing the situation when it comes to the students or the staff member, to make it seem like he's wrong or he's being punished for telling, because that's how it's made to be seen.
Now, the N-word is one of the most racially charged words or racial slurs that we could use to refer to a Black person. Can you tell us specifically how it makes you feel that your son was called the N-word at his school?
It upsets me. It upsets me a lot, and it upsets him as well. For to be made that it's okay it should be okay because we as Black people say the N-word, it should be okay that someone else is allowed to say it. That's not okay. He is entitled to how he feels when it comes to that word. I teach my son.
Social media sensation Nick DiGiovanni is here. His 10 million followers are obsessed with the food he makes. And today he's bringing out the inner kid in all of us with his homemade chicken nuggets. Not just any, they're dino chicken nuggets. They're crispy, they're tender, and
I have no idea what's happening.
Uh-oh, I think
We're dishing up lemony pasta primavera perfection.
We brought the party to the good dish. The last thing that you want to add.
Oh, I think we got him stopped. But I kicked Kaylee out by accident, I think. Sorry about that, Miss Beecham. We'll get right back to it.
Oh no, that's fine. I gotta get
It's okay. They're gonna slice and dice this video recording, so that won't be in. That'll be in when it airs.
Dice it anyway, because I am a nervous wreck at this moment.
It's okay. You're fine. Okay.
I apologize, everyone. I was just told our editors back in our station were trying to get on and roll on the meeting. So I apologize for the interruption. That's our station's fault. So I take the blame for that. That was really odd. So I apologize.
No problem. Does anybody have Kaylee's information? Because I accidentally kicked her out, I think.
Yeah, do you need like her email or what do you need? It says it won't let her rejoin. I'm texting with her right now.
Okay. Oh shoot. I hope I didn't accident. I don't think I blocked her because I checked not to.
I feel so bad. I'm sorry, guys. That wasn't me. That was someone back at the station who realized they needed to record, and so they brought this meeting into its channel. And I don't really know how that works, but
no, it's okay. You want to tell her to try again, and I'll see if I can let her back in.
Okay, yeah.
And also, Jasmine, if you could give me recording privileges one more time.
This is it, Joe.
I know. I agree.
No, I
only get one more.
I already did when I admitted you.
Okay, got it. All right.
Okay, I told Kaylee to try again.
Okay. Let me see. I'm not getting a request, so I don't know if it's working. Okay, so she said she's going to ask questions in the chat. Okay. Oh. Okay, Kaylee, I can see the editor's feed, so Kaylee can ask questions in the chat. I think we're out of time where we can go ahead and have you guys ask some questions, because I think we pretty much wrapped up what we had to say. Joe?
Real quick, if you can, you mentioned that the school district is aware in the administration. What have they said? How have they responded to this? Because obviously they know you're, planning to file a lawsuit. What was their response to all of this?
Today is their notice that we are filing a lawsuit. Mom has met with the superintendent. She has met with the dean, and she has met with the principal, and they have essentially refused to hold the teacher accountable. Her son continues to face racial discrimination from the other students, and the teacher is still teaching there. And so that's why she involved me, because the school at the highest levels have refused to respond and to act appropriately based on this racial discrimination levied by a teacher against a student. And so that's why we are proceeding forward with the lawsuit at this time.
Also, does the fact that the school district has like 400 vacancies for teaching positions, is that playing into this at all? Do you guys think that's an incentive for why the district is maybe more hesitant to let a teacher go because they're so short-staffed?
While the school may be short-staffed, I really can't respond to that on behalf of the school. But my opinion is, if you have 400 vacancies, what's 401? Especially for a teacher who is, using acts of racism against their students and calling a student the N-word. And from what I've heard and the response of the administrators at the school, for example, the principal, when discussing this, said, well, in this day and age, it's really not appropriate, to say those kind of words to people. People should know better. Well, there's been no day and age where it's okay to call a Black person the N-word. And so I think a lot of it has to do with the mindset of the administration condoning this type of behavior.
And one question for Mom. Can you tell me again, if you don't mind, take me through when you started hearing that your child was kind of going through this, and what kind of emotions were you feeling knowing that? What is that stress like?
The stress is very, very high, because at this age in his life, I never wanted him to be going through this. He's at the prime age of his life. He's 12 years old. It's no way that he should be experiencing racism, especially in school, coming from a teacher or a student. I first started hearing about it in March. The first incident happened in March with the student. And then a couple of weeks later, another incident happened with another student. And then a week and a half later, an incident happened with the teacher. So it's been a chain of events, can we say. And he's been punished for 2 of these events. Well, he's been punished for all 3 events, because he was in the school suspension for the first incident. He was in school suspension for the second incident. And the third incident with the teacher, even though he wasn't in school suspension, but he was removed from her class amongst his peers that he had grown to be with all school year. So now he's in a completely different classroom with kids that he hasn't been with all year because of this incident with her.
I see some questions came in from Kaylee. Kaylee, you asked if there's co-defendants in the law school and if there are any other children who are taking legal action. There will be co-defendants in the lawsuit. We are intending to file Duval County Schools. We are also going to sue the principal in her individual capacity, the dean in her individual capacity, and the teacher in her individual capacity. The dean is Chelsea Warner. And the principal, let me get the principal's name. Do you have the principal's name, Elise?
Julie Humphreys.
The principal, Julie Humphreys, and the teacher, Christina Hudgens, are going to be the named defendants in the lawsuit. In terms of whether or not this is happening to any other children at the school, I would say yes, it is, because this incident happened in the presence of a little girl in the classroom who's biracial. I am assuming that it's affecting all of the, Black children at the school who are aware of this, who are aware of this little boy being called the N-word, that a teacher is allowed to call him the N-word. And we are certainly happy to represent any of the children or their families who want to come forward and join this lawsuit against the school. In terms of her plan to keep her son at the school, we're going to have a discussion, about whether or not she does that and if there are any other options to move him. But, to respond a little more directly, her son shouldn't have to change schools from Mandarin Middle School. I think our plan is to really change the school. Gretchen, did you have any questions?
No. This was all great. They asked all of my questions.
Okay. If anybody needs follow-up, please feel free to contact me today. I'm going to email you all the notice of intent to sue as soon as we hang up from this Zoom. All right. And I appreciate all of your time, and I'll keep you posted as the story develops.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.